There is a very specific moment when you put on a skirt and look at yourself in the mirror and think, this skirt was made for me. It's not because it's expensive. It's not because it's fashionable. It's not because you have a perfect body. It's because you finally understood that there is no universal perfect skirt. There is the perfect skirt for you. And when you find it, everything changes. People start looking at you differently. Your compliments change in quality. You stop being invisible and become noticed. Today, I'm going to show you the 3 skirts that work for women over 50, and that guarantee you'll get compliments wherever you go. Let me tell you something that completely changed my relationship with clothes. At 53 years old, I had a wardrobe full of skirts. Long skirts, short skirts, patterned skirts, plain skirts. But none of them made me feel good. None of them made me feel elegant. I would put on a skirt and feel uncomfortable, or too old, or too young, or too fat, or too thin. There was always something wrong, until a friend took me to a store and made me try on 3 specific skirts. Not because they were expensive, not because they were fashionable, but because she knew that these 3 skirts work for any woman over 50. When I put on the first one, something clicked. I looked at myself in the mirror and thought, this skirt was made for me. I left that store with the 3 skirts, and my life changed. Today, I receive compliments about my skirts constantly. People ask me where I buy them. Others ask me for tips. And the best part, I feel elegant, comfortable, and confident every day. The high-waist midi skirt, the skirt that lengthens and rejuvenates. There is a scientific reason why women over 50 look younger when wearing a high-waist midi skirt. It has to do with proportion. Our brain associates certain proportions with youth and elegance. When you wear a skirt that starts at your narrowest waist point and falls to mid-calf, you create a visual proportion that communicates that you have standards. The biggest mistake I see is women over 50 wearing skirts that are too long or too short. Very long skirts age you because they create a heavy silhouette. Very short skirts look inappropriate because they communicate that you're trying to look too young. The high-waist midi skirt is the perfect balance point. It lengthens your legs because the high waist creates an optical illusion that makes your legs look longer. It rejuvenates because the midi proportion is what we see in women who have access to personal stylists. It communicates elegance because it's sophisticated without being overdone. The solution is to choose a midi skirt in neutral colors like black, brown, beige, or navy blue. The fabric should be quality: cotton, linen, or silk. Nothing cheap synthetic that deforms. The cut should be straight or slightly fitted, never too wide. I tested this for a month. I bought 3 high-waist midi skirts in different colors. I started wearing one every day. The results were extraordinary. At a restaurant, the waiter asked me if I was an actress. At a social event, 3 people came to greet me and talk. One woman commented that I looked much younger and more elegant. Another asked where I had bought the skirt because it looked very expensive and sophisticated. At a store, the saleswoman offered me coffee while I looked at clothes, all because I was wearing a skirt that created the perfect proportion. Stylists of sophisticated women always say that the high-waist midi skirt is the most important investment a woman over 50 can make. If you're enjoying these tips about skirts that rejuvenate, subscribe to the channel and click the bell because I'm going to post a complete guide on how to choose the perfect midi skirt for your body type. Inside, there are exact measurements, where to find quality skirts without spending a fortune, and how to combine them with different types of blouses. The structured pencil skirt, the skirt that communicates authority. Here comes the skirt that most women over 50 avoid because they think it's too young or too tight. But the truth is that a well-chosen pencil skirt is absolutely sophisticated and communicates instant authority. The pencil skirt works because it defines your proportions. When you wear a skirt that marks your waist and follows your natural curves, you communicate that you take care of yourself, that you have standards, that you are a woman who knows who she is. The biggest mistake I see is women choosing pencil skirts that are too tight or too loose. A tight pencil skirt communicates lack of comfort. A very loose pencil skirt communicates lack of definition. The solution is to choose a pencil skirt that marks your natural waist but doesn't squeeze. The length should be to the knee or slightly below. The fabric should be quality, cotton, linen, or silk. Nothing synthetic that doesn't breathe. The color should be neutral, black, brown, beige, gray, or navy blue. I tested this for 3 weeks. I bought a quality black pencil skirt. I started wearing one once a week in important meetings. The results were shocking. In a work meeting, my boss asked for my opinion before asking for other people's opinions. At a social event, people treated me with more respect. A colleague commented that I had executive presence. Another asked if I had been promoted. Stylists of powerful women always say that a well-chosen pencil skirt communicates authority and sophistication. And tell me in the comments, do you usually wear a pencil skirt, or do you think it's too tight for you? What is your favorite type of skirt? I really want to know your experience. The elegant pleated skirt, the skirt that creates movement and sophistication. Here comes the skirt that few know about, but that works perfectly for women over 50. The elegant pleated skirt is one that has thin and well-defined pleats, not those wide and heavy pleats that look like a school uniform. An elegant pleated skirt communicates movement, sophistication, and youth because it creates a visual illusion of lightness. The biggest mistake I see is women choosing pleated skirts that are too wide or too heavy. This ages you because it creates a shapeless silhouette. The solution is to choose a pleated skirt with thin pleats in midi length or to the knee. The fabric should be light, silk, linen, or fine cotton. The color should be neutral, black, white, gray, or beige. I tested this for a month. I bought a quality white pleated skirt. I started wearing one once a week at social events. The results were extraordinary. At a social event when I wore the white pleated skirt, I received 5 different compliments. One woman commented that I looked much younger and more elegant. Another asked where I had bought it because it looked very expensive and sophisticated. At a restaurant, the waiter treated me with more attention, all because I was wearing a skirt that created movement and sophistication. Stylists of elegant women always say that a well-chosen pleated skirt is an investment that lasts for years. Before we move on to the next part, have you ever had difficulty finding skirts that work with your body type? To solve this, I created a guide where I show exactly how to choose skirts that flatter women over 50. Inside, you also discover how to combine skirts with different types of blouses and shoes, and how to care for skirts so they last for years. The link is in the pinned comment and description. The secret that nobody talks about: how to combine the 3 skirts. Now comes the part that separates women who look elegant from those who look like they're trying too hard. Most women make the mistake of wearing the same skirt with the same blouse every day. This communicates lack of creativity. Elegant women know that you can create multiple looks with the same 3 skirts just by changing the blouse and accessories. The solution is to have 3 skirts and at least 5 blouses that go with all of them. The blouses should be in neutral colors: white, black, beige, gray, and navy blue. When you combine a midi skirt with a white blouse and a leather belt, you create a casual, elegant look. When you combine the same skirt with a black blouse and a pearl necklace, you create a formal, sophisticated look. When you combine the pencil skirt with a white blouse and a blazer, you create a powerful executive look. I tested this for 2 months. I created a combination matrix with my 3 skirts and 5 blouses. I was able to create 20 different looks. People started thinking I had renovated my entire wardrobe, but I only had 3 skirts and 5 blouses. The truth is that the quality of combinations is more important than the quantity of pieces. Which of these 3 skirts do you think will make the biggest difference in your look? Comment here because I read all comments and respond. The final detail, the accessories that elevate the skirt. Here's the secret that most women don't understand. A perfect skirt can be completely ruined by wrong accessories, or it can be elevated to an extraordinary level of sophistication by the right accessories. The solution is to choose accessories that complement the skirt without competing with it. If you're wearing a simple midi skirt, you can add a leather belt, a pearl necklace, and classic shoes. If you're wearing a pencil skirt, you can add a structured blazer, discreet earrings, and a structured bag. If you're wearing a pleated skirt, you can add a silk scarf, a classic watch, and elegant shoes. I tested this for a month. I started paying attention to the accessories I wore with each skirt. The results were extraordinary. At a social event, when I wore the midi skirt with a leather belt and a pearl necklace, I received 3 different compliments. One woman commented that I had excellent taste. Another asked if I was a fashion consultant. At a restaurant, the waiter offered me the best table, all because I had learned to combine accessories with skirts in an elegant way. Tell me in the comments, which of these 3 skirts are you going to buy first? And what kind of content would you like to see in the next videos? A complete guide on how to combine skirts with different types of blouses, secrets on how to choose shoes that work with skirts, or how to care for skirts so they last for years. Your opinion is very important to me. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and share this video, because next week I bring more elegant secrets that you won't want to miss. A kiss and see you next time.